Trawling pelagic fish and absolutely delicious. Hi there, Tom here from Wahoo, and we're going to go on a little family fishing trip today for some mackerel. See if they're there first. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Mackies. Right.
Oh my god, it's so easy! Fishy!
Right, I'll rig you up with one of those light rods.
Why? You're grabbing the boat. What a clever baby! Yeah? Control it. Okay, sweetie. That's okay.
What you want to do?
Yeah.
Right, you know how to use one of these reels, don't you?
Show me anyway.
You just flick that back,
Yeah.
and then you let the line run out.
Yeah.
And then if you feel the line as it goes down, if it kind of stops and starts to jiggle, it means the mackerel has kind of jumped on.
Okay.
Like that.
Daddy, put my fishy.
Oh no. Oh. What's Daddy doing? So if you let the line all the way out, it'll either stop when you've got a mackerel, or it'll stop when it reaches the seabed.
Right.
So I think it reaches the seabed then.
Let's see. Never mind, let me get it. Let me get the head. Wait,
So, oh, something's there. And then you just reel it up.
see.
Right. Oh.
Oh, what is it?
There's so many mackerel in it. Oh, we only got one that time. There you go.
Oh, look at fishy!
So it's not much more difficult than that, really.
Pretty easy.
And then, yeah, there you go. Do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
or it'll stop when it hits the sand. And then you should, it should be fairly obvious that you got one on because you'll feel them jiggling around when you run.
Oh my god, 3! Oh, okay, right.
You got one? Oh, actually, nice size as well. Let's just the drag's going in.
What does that mean?
That's in the water. Whee!
Look at that! Oh my god. Hook Mummy in the eye.
Nice size, look at it.
Can I use that rod, Lovey?
Yeah.
Because of the hair.
You want to put your thumb on here, stop the line,
Alright.
and then you flip that back, and then you just gently let it go out of your thumb.
Okay.
Just run it out smooth. What's Mummy doing? Mummy fishing. Mummy fishing. Mummy fishing. Oh. What's in there? You got one? Put that in the water. What's Mummy doing? Oi.
Fishy.
Let it out as smoothly as possible. There we go. There they are. Right. So yeah, just gently reel them up. You don't have to.
Heavy.
Mummy's caught some mackerel. Mummy's caught some mackerel. Mummy's first Guernsey mackerel. Watch out.
Oh, they feel like they've come off.
No, they're still there.
There you go.
Yeah, what they tend to do is swim with you. Swim up with you. Oh, you got a couple there. Well done. They're a really nice size, aren't they? Alright, let's send it back down again. Look, what's this? What's this? What is it? What's it? Fishy? Oh. Sandale. Sandale.
Oh, I did get one.
Oh, you got loads. There we go. Oh, load of them. Okay, hang on.
He's huge.
Oh, that's a big boy that's on the end.
Good.
Yeah, that's a tuna. That is.
That's
lovely.
Solid.
Lovely fish, that one. Right, hang on, you've got a little tangle on your line here. Oh no, you're right. I'm going to motor back up, so if you put your rod down.
You don't want to look like this.
Let's put some ice in these guys.
That's alright, you do your thing.
Pop that in there. So I'm just leaving this down to see if the GoPro captures like a shoal going past or something. I have no idea. I have no idea whether it will or not.
Ooh, rocky.
Let's grab the phone.
Chewing out.
So that's a pretty good example of a mackerel there. It's the Atlantic mackerel. It looks quite similar to a tuna. It is literally a mini tuna. So they're a schooling pelagic fish, and they reach us in the English Channel in large schools, in large shoals in the summer months, and you can catch them in the hundreds. If you want. They're fast growing. They grow up to about, I don't know, 5 or 6 pounds. So that's okay. So we're now back home. So I'm going to show you how to quickly fillet one of these mackerel. So this is an average size mackerel, I would say. It's about 3/4 of a pound. So the fast way to fillet these is you lift up their pectoral fin, and you just put your knife in, down, turn it sideways, run it, and just run it along the backbone like that. Okay, a lot of people gut them and remove the fins or whatever. It's actually easier to do that after. So what you do here is you've got the lining of the intestinal lining here, so you can just, what I do is I just lift that up and then slice it away. There you have. I've usually take the tail off as well. There you have a lovely fillet. Now it has got a few pin bones in here along this section here. However, these are small enough to eat. I usually eat them. Yeah, you can see what they've been feeding on. They've been feeding on these little sand eels. It helps that these mackerel are super fresh. You keep them in ice. Yeah. Then the flesh is really firm. Makes them a lot easier to fillet if the flesh is lovely and firm. You can see how fresh these fish are. Caught about an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. Yeah. If they're soft here in the belly, it means they're not fresh, or they haven't been iced down properly straight away. So that's something to look out for. There you have a few fillets there, ready to cook. Okay, we're now in the kitchen, so I'm going to do mackerel, pan fried, in some breadcrumbs, with some peas and some homemade chips, just using a bit of vegetable oil. So I put the stove on, and I'm going to pour the vegetable oil into the pan and warm that up. I'm going to cut our chips. These are really easy. So you want, this isn't a particularly large potato, but the larger the better. So you just cut into strips like this, and then you've got your potato there, and I'll just cut down like that. You have simple chips. I'm going to leave the skins on. I don't really mind. If you want to peel the potatoes first, it's up to you. So we'll just wait for the oil to heat up. A few more minutes, and then you can put one chip in just to check how hot it is. There's the chips. For the fish, you want three containers. One's going to have eggs, one's going to have flour, one's going to have breadcrumbs. So for the eggs, crack a couple of eggs into a Pyrex dish or whatever. Give them a quick whisk. They can go. They go into the first. They go into the first dish. Second dish. I've just got some plain flour here. Bit of flour. I'm going to get these chips on now, so I'm just going to test the... See, you can see the oil's quite hot there, bubbling away, so I'm going to put these chips in. You hear them sizzling. Just a few at a time, because they do have a bit of water in them at this stage. Breadcrumbs. For the fish, put in the flour first, coat it in the flour, then put it in the egg, which then sticks to the flour, and finally into the breadcrumbs. But you want to coat the whole fish in the breadcrumbs like that. So I've set the timer for these chips for 15 minutes. In your frying pan, get a nice bit of butter. At the same time, we're going to get our peas on. And pop them. Some people like to put them skin side down. I like to put them fresh side down first, because there's more oil or butter in the pan, and you can cook the tops of them a little bit easier. So I put them like that. We've got about 5 minutes left of the chips now, so we can look at the peas. So I'm now going to turn these mackerel. You can see they're lovely golden colour. Okay, 5 minutes from now elapsed, so our peas are nearly ready, our fish is ready, and our chips are ready. So we'll get like a slotted spoon for the chips. Okay, peas, I'm going to strain them. What I'm going to do with these peas is, a few of them I'm just going to leave as peas, and I'm going to mush the rest with a bit of butter. This isn't how you make mushy peas, by the way. You use a different type of pea, but I quite like them in a kind of mushy style. Chips. There you go. Mackerel, chips and peas. It's absolutely delicious. You can see the underside of the skin there as well. That's perfectly good to eat. I'm going to devour the rest of this, but If you like this episode, then please like and subscribe, and see you soon.